All right, this is part two. I just finished having my smoke outside, and I'm continuing this video. And you guys are probably close to end finish. You guys are what? Probably what? Finishing up part two right now, while I make this video. Yeah, you might have heard that, guys. I farted, and that's gross. So, yeah, yeah, man. Notice, if you guys think Rings of Power looks top notch, Zanes will blow Rings of Power out of the water. Even though Amazon's putting $1 billion towards their show, they're putting $1 billion for like a couple seasons. I heard Rings of Power is the most expensive show ever made. It's like they're putting like $250 million per season around there. So it's high tech, but it's not as high tech as what as so pretty much each season is like a $250 million budget, right? Well, Xanus is $980 million towards the three movies, $560 million all going towards the movie, excluding salaries, guys. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna beat out even Rings of Power. You're looking at a revolution of technology, something unheard of. Eric the devil himself. You know what I'm saying? Before I said Rings of Power put $1 billion towards 6 seasons, I might be wrong. I think it's like 3 seasons or like 4 seasons. They're putting $1 billion towards 4 seasons, I believe, of Rings of Power, and so 4 years, $1 billion for the 4 year project, for the 4 seasons. Sorry, was I'm putting $980 million towards Xanus, but I'm putting $560 million towards the movie. I might even put $1 billion because me and we can pour our money into the movie if you want to pimp it out more if you want. I mean, I can put $1 billion towards it. Now, $980 million is enough. $980 million is more than enough towards Xanus. I'm not, because even the special people like Ivan, $980 million is more than enough. $400 million towards special effects Ivan is more than enough money, Ivan. You don't need to put any more money towards it. You see what I'm saying? I might have Weta Digital I might hire the Weta Digital team to work in Vancouver for my movie. I might do that instead. I might hire the Weta Digital team. The people who work in Lord of the Rings, I'm gonna hire so I'll hire Weta Digital to do the special effects for my for my what for my movie. You can have all those guys work in my building. And me and Peter Jackson will rent out all the best special effects equipment that they have, because Peter Jackson knows all the I know all the equipment. He knows all the equipment. Obviously, all you have to do is just call the company. Okay, we want to rent all your best computers, all your best technology and computers for special effects. And the people will know what you mean, obviously. And Peter Jackson will help me with that, or Mel Gibson, right? I'm gonna hire Weta Digital. I'm gonna hire Weta Workshop for the armor and weapons, and I'm gonna hire Weta Digital to for my special effects team. And I'll pay the main guys, the main like 2 guys. I'll pay them like the main like I don't know 4 guys. I'll pay them $2 million, and all the other guys you pay them the 170,000 on the side, which is nice. In Hollywood they make like 50K, 60K. You know what I'm saying? And they work harder for me. You know what I'm saying? They work hard. I heard Weta Digital is involved in Amazon's Rings of Power. I heard that, obviously. If Weta Workshop is if because chances are Amazon's Rings of Power might have maybe 4 seasons, and they might end the show maybe 5 seasons. If the show flops, it will not. It will probably only have a couple seasons. I'm saying, but I don't think the show will flop. I think the show will go on for a couple seasons. The show might be a huge hit. You never know. It might be as big as Game of Thrones. I highly doubt it, but it might be a huge hit. Obviously, we'll see what happens. Obviously, I'll see what happens after I watch the season when it comes out in like a month and a half or so, whatever it is, right? Yeah, so I'll be hiring most likely Weta Digital to do the special effects for my Zane's movie, because Weta Digital are the people who did Lord of the Rings. Peter Jackson owns stake in Weta Workshop and Weta Digital, but he doesn't own Weta Digital anymore because he sold it. He sold the right. He sold his company that he owned. That's why he struck it rich, obviously, for the sale, obviously, right? And Peter Jackson knows all the Weta Digital guys. That's why he's really good for Lord of the Rings, because he knows all the crewmen, man. He knows all those guys, man. He knows all the guys. The special effects team, he knows all those people, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously. You see what I'm saying? He knows all those guys. I'm going to tell Peter, I want my world to look... You know how Mandalorian looks very natural? You know what I'm saying? The only scenes that look computery are when he's in space. When he's in space. When he's in space, that's all CGI, obviously. But like Mandalorian looks very natural when you watch it. You can tell they built big sets for the movie. You know, when he's in Tatooine, you see all the sets. Yeah, it looks very, very natural, and it's a kick-ass show, obviously. Whereas the prequels, George Lucas prequels, look very, very computery and CGI. But full-on CGI and digital is good for Star Wars, because Star Wars is a space soap opera, right? It's so full-on CGI and digital cameras is good for Star Wars. But Mandalorian does not look very, very computery like the prequels. It looks very, very natural. You see what I'm saying? The world looks natural, and I'm saying, yeah, I want that natural look for Xenos. You know how Lord of the Rings looked natural, Fellowship of the Ring looked natural. They went into Moria, the mountains look natural. You know what I'm saying? When Aragorn's riding on his horse in Helm's Deep and Two Towers, it looks natural. You get the world of Middle Earth. You know what I'm saying? The orcs in Two Towers look natural. They were scary, but they look natural. Yes, I want the wolves to look natural like that, except they're 3 times scarier than those orc high in Two Towers. You see what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing, man. Stay away from full-on CGI for fucking my Zans movie. Alright, well, you have blue screen, green screen. Of course I'm going to have green screen and blue screen, obviously, but I'm going to build big sets. That way your world looks natural. The bigger set you build, the more natural your world will look. The smaller set you build, the more... If you build a small set and you have like a huge green screen, your world will look amazing, but it'll look very computer. Because at the end of the day, CGI technology is a computer software technology. So if you use too much of it, your world will look amazing. But at the end of the day, because it's a computer software technology, your world will look very computery. You see what I'm saying? I don't want... You know how Avengers Infinity War look very computery? No, I don't want that look, man. I want the natural look. The natural look. The natural look. Tell Peter and Gordon Molotov that way they know. Tell Weta Digital, because I'm most likely going to hire... I'm hiring the Lord of the Rings crew. Tell Weta Digital that way they know. And tell Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, that way they know, and they make the calls, and they make the calls for all the sets for my movie. I'm gonna build big sets, man. Like if you have a 0.8 acre set for the trees, for the forest, and you apply that onto the screen, for the exterior, your world will look natural. But because I'm pouring so much money towards special effects, it will look very amazing, better than even Avatar. You see what I'm saying? But it'll look very natural. I'm saying for the exterior of Xenos, Barak, Cyrus, if you build big sets, your world will look natural. Whereas the interior scenes, you can film it in a studio, obviously. So all the scenes when I'm indoor, you film it in a studio. Like the throne room, Sarah's throne room, you can build a studio set for that. You know what I'm saying? Tactius' chambers, when I say in the chambers, when Tactius is on the balcony, you can have that all filmed in the studio, obviously. But build big sets. That way your world looks amazing, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Whereas the exterior shots, I want the sets built on location. That way, like Helm's Deep, that way your world looks amazing. The Wall of Xenos, I want it built on what? The Wall of Xenos, I want it built on I want them to actually build a real wall, like they did for Helm's Deep. That way your world looks more natural. You know what I'm saying? You could do those. You could do a thing where you build like a miniature set. And you have the people film the miniature set like the Gates of Moria and Lord of the Rings if you want. But if you want your wall to look more real, you can build an actual real wall on location. That way your world looks more real. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to have this talk with Peter Josh. Okay, Peter, do you think I should build the wall on location, like Helm's Deep, or do you want the crewman to build a small miniature set? A small miniature set like we did for Two Towers for the Gates of Moria, and they just film the Gates of Moria and they apply the CGI effects towards it. Ivan, we can build the wall on location. The world will look more real. Like Helm's Deep, we have a big budget, we can afford it, obviously. Whereas Lord of the Rings, they couldn't afford it. Hence why they have to build miniature sets, whatever they call it. They have to build those small little sets, and they have the cameraman film it, and they apply the special effects towards the movie, and the wall looks real. But Peter Jackson, Ivan, we have a $30 million budget for set, we can easily build. Ivan, the only reason why I built a miniature set for the Gates of Moria is we couldn't afford to build a big wall. We had to build a small miniature set, and they have the people film it, and we apply it towards the special effects towards the movie, obviously. Whereas because you have a $30 million budget, Ivan, towards your set building, we can easily build a big wall. A big wall. In the book, I described the wall as 100+ feet tall. What else? I'm not gonna have the crewman build a 100 feet tall wall. No, I'll have them build like, I don't know, a 30 feet wall, a big wall, obviously. But you apply the special effects towards the wall, and they make the wall look 100 feet tall. That way you save money. You can't build a 100 feet wall. That's crazy. No, build like a 30 feet wall. Like Helm's Deep, they build a small little set. They built a pretty big set for Helm's Deep, obviously, but I'm gonna build a bigger set than that. You build a big wall and you apply the CGI effects towards the wall. Obviously, the exterior for Xehanort, I want them building like a 1.5 acre city, a huge city, and you apply a special effects towards the city. That way, your city looks amazing. You see what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing. Obviously, so, Barak, you build a big set for Barak on a 1.5, 1.6 acre city for Barak. You build a 1 acre mountain for the mountains of Gileas. They build all the trees. That's why you have to hire hundreds of crewmen. You're going to have to hire like 700, 800 crewmen, man. Something crazy. To build all those sets, obviously. And that way, you know what I'm saying? And you build like a 1 acre city for what? For the ancient Gilead city with pillars. That way your world looks amazing. Even better than even Moria for Lord of the Rings. If you thought Moria looked nice, remember how Moria looked very nice? It looks really, really good, obviously, when you watch it. They built a small set for that. I'm building like a 1 acre city, man, for Moria. Like a big, like, city with pillars. Yeah, it has you. When the cameraman filmed that, it'll look amazing on camera. Yeah, man, it looks amazing. You're looking at like an 8K world. Something better than average because the world looks natural. You see what I'm saying? Huh? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. That's why I need Peter Jackson helping me a lot. Because what? Okay, Peter Jackson, Ivan, if you want to get the natural look, you're going to have to build really, really big sets, Ivan. Yeah. Okay, Peter, how's a $30 million budget towards Zeppelin sound? Is that enough? Yeah, Ivan, that's more than enough, you know what I'm saying? For Lord of the Rings, we only had like a $2, $3 million, $4 million budget towards sets. For The Hobbit, we only had like a $10 million budget towards sets. And you have like a $30 million budget towards sets, Ivan? Yeah, Ivan, we can build unheard of sets, yeah. I can build my own like artificial huge like 0.8 acre forest, guys. Like a huge forest. Yeah, man. Like, this is what I heard of my movie, man. And that's where my world will look amazing. Obviously. And I want the wolves to look now. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, look, man, I want the wolves to look like Pennywise the Clown. I want Aratat to look like Pennywise the Clown. And I want Faful to look similar to Aratat, because it's his son, obviously. And Ephesus looks like that devil being an Annabelle. But okay, Ivan, what are you thinking for the mask? For the mask and the costumes, I'm thinking that animal picture. I want the actors to wear this mask, and they wear this. I'm gonna make sure they create good masks whereby what? Whereby you have good facial movements when they talk. The actors are comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And they wear this costume, and you apply the CGI effects. No CGI, full on CGI. They're not gonna wear the CGI technology. No, they wear the mask, and then you apply the special effects towards the mask, and they look very natural, but they look horrific. They're demons and devils. But they don't have that CGI computer look like the orcs in The Hobbit. You see what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing. Obviously. Yeah, man. That's why Peter Jackson was so shocked. Ivan, how much money you giving me for my movie, by the way? Okay, Peter, how does $980 million sound for a movie, Peter? He's like, $980 million, Ivan? I'm like, yeah, Peter, $980 million, I'm saying. Yeah, how does $30 million towards the set sound? Peter Jackson's like, $30 million towards the sets? He's like, Ivan, like, for Lord of the Rings, you only have like a $2-3 million budget for the sets. We built cheap sets for Lord of the Rings, and you're giving me a $30 million budget for the sets. We can build unheard of sets. Yeah, like 1 acre cities. Yeah, man, something unheard of. Nice sets for the studios in studio. Because you have the sets that are going to be built on location, and you also have the sets that are going to be built in the studio. Obviously, right? All the scenes when I'm indoor, I'll have those filmed in a studio, obviously. Whereas the exterior shots, you can just build the sets. Obviously, right? Build the sets on location. I'll rent a good like 150 to 200 acres worth of land in Switzerland. And that's where we're going to build all the sets for our movie. Obviously. There was something crazy. 200. Hey Peter, how does 200 acres sound for land for all the locations? Ivan, 200 acres is huge. Yeah, I can purchase 200. I can rent 200 acres worth of land in Switzerland. I'm gonna ask. That's why when I hire Peter Jackson, I'm gonna go land scouting in Switzerland with Peter Jackson. Okay, Peter. I did my due diligence. I went on YouTube and I looked at all the drone footages of all the countries I looked. I don't want to film in New Zealand because I don't want to have similar. Yeah, we can't film. Yeah, I don't want to film in New Zealand because they already filmed Lord of the Rings there, and they're filming Rings of Power there. They filmed Lord of the Rings there. They filmed The Hobbit there. I don't want to film in New Zealand because I don't want to have similar landscapes to Lord of the Rings. That's why I'm staying far away from New Zealand. Obviously, if Lord of the Rings was not filmed in New Zealand, I would most likely choose New Zealand to film Zanus because New Zealand has a lot of wilderness. Whereas Switzerland has a lot of wilderness, but not as much as New Zealand. You know, but Switzerland's I think is the best place for filming Xanus. They have a lot of beautiful. Even Switzerland's beautiful. We can film. There's a lot of locations for filming there. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna ask Peter. Peter, do you think Switzerland is a good location for filming Xanus, or should I film it in Norway? I checked out Norway. I don't really like Norway. Norway has that Viking look. That Viking look. I didn't like Norway. I checked out Ireland. I'm like, yeah, I think Switzerland's the best for Zanus. And Peter Jackson, no, I think Switzerland's fine. And that's why me, Peter Jackson, with Molitor and VJ are going to have to do land scouting in Switzerland. We're going to have to scout locations, obviously. Ivan, I'll do land scouting, I don't know, a good like month or two into the first year. VJ and Peter Jackson can do land scouting. Okay, Peter. Okay, Peter. I'll do it during the weekends. I'll do it on a weekend. Okay, Peter. We're gonna fly to Switzerland. You're gonna fly. Okay, Guatemala, Peter. You're gonna come with me and VJ on my private jet. We're gonna fly to Switzerland. Obviously, don't worry about it. The hotel cost and everything is paid for. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The hotel cost is paid for you. I'll have my team make the calls. They're gonna rent out a hotel. Maybe we can pay for. We can pay for Peter Jackson with our own money for the land scout to save money, right? I mean, yeah. To save money, when I go land scouting, I'll pay it out of my own pocket for Peter Jackson with Molitor. To save money, hey guys, you guys don't have to make calls. You guys don't have to make calls for renting for rent. No, I can pay through the budget. It's easy, affordable. And we're only going to stay in Switzerland for good like 2 days. Well, me, VJ, and Peter Jackson will stay in Switzerland for good 2-3 days. 3 days, 3 to 4 days. We can stay there good for a good week. Stay there for a good 5 days, and we're going to do land scouting in Switzerland. Like Peter Jackson did for The Hobbit. We're going to scout out the wilderness in Switzerland. You know what I'm saying? It's on me. I'll pay out through my budget. I'll pay for Peter Jackson. I'm saying, yeah. I can easily afford to book a luxury hotel for me, VJ. I'll have my teammates. Okay, you can have us stay in a luxury hotel for the 5 days, but book cheaper rooms. I'm gonna tell my 17 guys. Okay, guys, in a good week from now, me, VJ, and Peter Jackson, Tour are gonna go land scouting in Switzerland. I could bring John Favreau with me. I could bring John Favreau. No, they're just gonna cost more money. Those 2 guys are enough. It'll be me, VJ, Peter Jackson, Tour. We can scout land in Switzerland. Obviously. Yeah. I could bring John Favreau. I might bring John Favreau and Dave Filoni with me. Okay, guys, when John Favreau and Dave Filoni will be coming with me and VJ, and what? And Peter Jackson, Guillermo Toro, was the other 5 are going to be hard at work in the office for those 5 days doing business calls. All those guys will fly on my private jet. I'll take the bigger jet, obviously. It can fit. No, I can take the smaller jet. I'll take the $60 million jet. It'll fit a good like 7 people in there. 6 people, it's enough. They'll fly privately with me and VJ on our jet, obviously. And I'll have my team make the calls to rent a nice luxury hotel for us to stay in for the 5 days. Okay, you can book a luxury hotel in Switzerland. I'll tell my 17, but make sure you book $4,000 night rooms for me, VJ, Peter Jackson. We can rent 3 rooms with 2 bedrooms each. So me and VJ share the same. Rent 1 room with 1 bedroom and rent 2 rooms with 2 bedrooms. Obviously, you can rent a good nice $4,000 nights, which we can easily afford. It won't affect the budget. It's a huge budget, and we'll stay there for a good 5 days. It'll cost me, I don't know, $30,000-$40,000 in cost for the hotels. It's easy. It's pocket change, easy to afford it. And what? And for the food, me and VJ can pay for John Favreau, Nick Filoni, and all them for the 5 days. Peter Jackson, all them. We can pay for their food with. Okay. You don't have. Okay, I'll tell 17. Okay, to save money, you don't have to call a buffet company in Switzerland when we go land scouting during Switzerland, obviously. But I want them booking the hotel rooms for me and Peter Jackson and all them. Or me and VJ can just pay with our own money. I mean, we can just pay like we can just pay with our own money to save money, right? I want as much money going towards the movie, man. Yeah, me for this land scouting, I'll just pay with my own personal account for Peter Jackson and all them. No. For the hotel, I'll pay through the business account, but for the food, I can pay for Peter Jackson with my own money. Because they're working for you, you have to pay for them. Even though they can easily afford it, because they're working for you, it's very unprofessional to have them pay for their own food. No, they're working for you. You need to pay for their feeding. Okay, Peter, Guatemala, Torres, John Hardy, Filoni. We're gonna travel to Switzerland. I'm saying have a good time. We can even go after we scout land. Okay, John Dave, you're gonna be off for 5 days. You're gonna come with me and Peter Jackson. And Guatemala tour and my wife obviously we're gonna go to Switzerland. I'm saying Switzerland's beautiful obviously, and we're gonna scout land in Switzerland for filming obviously. Scout a lot of land. Scout land in Switzerland. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hire helicopters to fly me, BJ, and Peter Jackson to scout land location in Switzerland. Okay, Peter, we're gonna hire a helicopter, and we're gonna the helicopter. Me and VJ can pay with our personal account for the helicopter. Okay, VJ, we can hire a helicopter. Okay, Peter, I'm gonna hire a helicopter pilot, and he's gonna fly all of us, and we're gonna scout land in Switzerland, obviously. And I'll pay for all you guys' food. I'll pay for all you guys' food for the 5 days of staying in Switzerland. And Peter Jackson are having a blast, yeah. And the doc team will be filming this too. I'll bring one cameraman or two cameramen with me to film all that, and I'll pay for the doc cruise. The doc cruise hotel stay will be paid for through the Tamina budget. I'll have my 17 pay for the doc cruise hotel through the Tamina budget. I'll have one or two cameramans come with me, VJ and Peter Jackson, and all them. That way you guys get behind the scenes, I'm saying. And what? But I'll pay for their food. I'm not going to have the 17 make calls for buffet. No, me and VJ, food is cheap. Me and VJ can easily pay for Peter Jackson, Guillermo Toro, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni's food, obviously, for the 5 days. For breakfast, I'll find a top... Okay, John, go on your phone, find a top-notch buffet company here in Switzerland for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'll pay for all you guys. You know what I'm saying? And during those 5 days, high chance me, VJ, and Peter Jackson, we're going to party it up. Hey guys, you want to get drunk? Let's go to the bar and have a beer. Sure, let's go to the bar. We have a beer. But if we go to the bar and have a beer, I'm not paying for them. Like, you guys have to pay with your own money. I pay you guys your fucking salary and your bonuses. You're paying with your own money. I'm not paying for you. Sometime, I don't know, maybe twice during those 5 days, I might pay for them. Hey guys, rounds on me. If you think I'm gonna pay for you, pay all your bills, you're crazy. No. When we go to the bar, you're paying for your own beer. I'm not paying for you. Yes, I paid Peter Jackson's $10 million sign bonus, obviously, and he's already loaded. Guillermo Toro's already loaded, and I pay him his $400,000 signing bonus. Jon Favreau and they've only got their fat bonus. They're paying for their own beer, but I'll pay for their food, and their hotel stay is paid for, obviously. You have to pay for their hotel, obviously. I'll stay in a nice... Me, VJ, Jon Favreau, and Dave Filoni can stay in a nice suite. A nice, cheaper $4,000 nice suite at a luxury hotel with Peter Jackson and Guillermo Toro. Obviously. So Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will be staying in one room with 2 bedrooms. Peter Jackson and Toro will be staying in one room with 2 bedrooms, and then me and VJ will stay in one room with 1 bedroom because we're going to be sleeping in the same bedrooms, then. Yeah, obviously. We're going to scout land. Like, Peter Jackson scouted land with some crewmen in Switzerland for The Hobbit, obviously. But Peter Jackson scouted land with a bunch of crewmen for The Hobbit. Whereas me, I don't need to bring a bunch of crewmen. No. Me, VJ, Peter Jackson, was more than enough to scout land. We hire a helicopter, and okay, guys, we're filming a movie. We want to scout land in the wilderness, in the Switzerland wilderness. You know what I'm saying? And I hire a helicopter pilot, and he flies us all over Switzerland, and we scout land, beautiful property land for the movie. Okay, Peter, what do you think is the best location for building Cyrus? What do you think is the best location for building Barack? What do you think is the best place for building Xanus? What do you think is the best place for the Valley of Blood? The war in the end. What do you think is the best place for the final war? What do you think is the best place to build the mountains? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then Peter Jackson and Guillermo Toro talk about it, and we discuss what places are the best for the movie, obviously. That's looking at an amazing movie, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm spoiling Peter Jackson. That's why it worked hard for me, obviously, man. Okay, Peter, Guillermo Toro, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, How does 5 days off sound? Okay, Peter, we're gonna go on an adventure. Ivan, where are we going? I want to scout land in Switzerland. Okay, I let's scout land. Yeah, we're gonna scout land in Switzerland. I want us to what? I'll hire a pilot. Your hotel's paid for. We'll stay on a nice luxury hotel. We'll have a good time. Go to the bar afterwards. Have a nice beer. And I'm saying get drunk. And I'm saying, and what? Go to the bar, get drunk. And I'm saying, and what? And I'm gonna hire a helicopter. And we're gonna scout land. We're gonna scout land in Switzerland for my movie. It looks like amazing for my movie, man. Yeah, man. And Peter Jackson will work hard because I paid him his 10 mil bonus, and he knows he's gonna strike it rich. Guillermo del Toro will work hard because I paid him his $400,000 sign bonus, which is a nice paycheck for what? For doing slack work. As all Guillermo del Toro will do will help Peter Jackson with the notes. Obviously, I don't need him help me co-write the script. No, I already have Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and Peter Jackson. All he has to do is just help Peter Jackson with his notes, go over the script, obviously, do the consult with us for 3.5 hours every day, and what? Help the 17 out a little bit with the business calls, and he gets his $400,000 paycheck. It's a nice paycheck for Guillermo del Toro. And so work hard for me, and he knows he'll strike it rich with the royalties and his $1 million salary and his $2,000 bonus. And so work hard. Yeah. He'll work hard for me, Guillermo del Toro, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why I'm also gonna bring. I'm also gonna bring like one cameraman or two cameramen with me. One cameraman's enough. I can bring one cameraman with me to film me, VJ, and all of them scouting land in Switzerland. That way you have that way it's a part of the documentary. I'll bring one cameraman's enough. I'll bring one cameraman with me, one or two cameramen with me. They'll come with me on the jet, and I'll pay for the doc cruise. The doc cruise hotel stay is paid for. The 17 will make those calls. You know, you can have them stay in a luxury hotel. With no, the two cameramen, I'll have them stay in what in a cheaper like $1,000 night room to save money. Because the dog team are not what to save money obviously. Whereas Peter Jackson, Jon Favreau, I can have them stay in nice like $4,000 a night rooms in the luxury hotel. Whereas the dog crew you can have them stay in a cheaper room, like a $2,000 a night room or something like that, which is still nice enough. We rent one room with two bedrooms for the two cameramen, and they're gonna film the behind the scenes of me scouting land in Switzerland with Peter Jackson, Guillermo del Toro, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That way you get a good movie. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think Switzerland's the best location for Zanus. I can't picture any other locations better than Switzerland for my movie. I think Switzerland's the best location for filming Zanus. That's why they had a what? They had a place called Zurich. ZU Rich, yeah, because they know in the future I'm gonna film Zanus. So Ivan what? Ivan filmed Zanus here. It's filmed Zanus in Switzerland, and he's gonna be rich, yeah. So I'm saying, yeah, yeah, man, yeah. Hence why what? Hence why what? Hence why what? Hence why what? That's why they're kind of amazing for Zanus, man. That's why Peter Jackson, all them, if he's hard, he's gonna have a blast for my movie, man. Like, yeah. I had a blast. I'm saying the scout, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I take him to Switzerland. We scout land on a helicopter. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. We go to the bar afterwards. We get drunk at the bar. He's staying. I'm spoiling him. He's staying at a nice luxury hotel in Switzerland. Yeah, I'm giving him nice perks, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for his buffet in Switzerland. Yeah, I'm giving him nice perks. The best way, the best way, for the feeding, the best way to keep Peter Jackson and Guillermo del Toro and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni happy, if you take them on that 5 day adventure, right, in Switzerland, Skyline, you need to go to a buffet restaurant. That way they're well fed. As there's nothing worse than going to a restaurant and eat one plate and they're so hungry. You see what I'm saying? That way they don't get angry. They can easily buy their own meal, obviously, but like because they're working for you, you need to pay. Because they're working for you, you need to pay for their meal and pay for their hotel. The food me and VJ can pay with our own money. Okay, VJ, to feed them, we can easily pay with our own money. It only costs us a couple $100 a day. It's fucking pocket change. Whereas a hotel stay, I'm paying through the budget. I'm not paying with my personal account. I can easily afford it. I'll pay through the budget, through the 980 with our budget, which is easily affordable. As I told you, I'm gonna have like 25 million dollars in the budget. It's more than enough money. That's why I'm putting an extra 10 million just in case for extra costs, like the scouting the land and all that stuff. See what I'm saying here? I know I'm doing. And if you have Peter Jackson, Winnie Matora, and John Favreau and Dave Filoni stay in a nice luxury hotel, give them a good experience, obviously, and you pay for their food, obviously, buffet, and you hire a nice helicopter pilot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're gonna work harder for you because you're giving them nice perks. Obviously, even if I had them stay in shitty hotels, they'd still work hard, obviously. But if you have them stay in lush hotels, they're gonna work even harder. You're giving them a better experience. They're gonna work harder for you. You know what I'm saying? And we scout land for a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Early in the morning, we wake up. We have our breakfast. We meet the pilot. Obviously, we scout land for a couple hours. The helicopter lands on location, and Peter Jackson and us, we discuss what location is best for the movie and all that stuff. And then it's lunchtime. We eat lunch on me, a nice buffet restaurant in Switzerland, obviously. And then we can go in the hotel room and discuss some stuff about the land, locations we like, obviously. And then at nighttime we eat our lunch, our dinner, and then late at night we can go to the bar. See a movie on theaters, go to the bar, have a nice beer with Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and all them. Yeah, man. Have a nice beer with all them, and we get drunk, we have a good time, we go back to the hotel, we're hungover, obviously. And then we wake, and the next day we go, let's say, Ivan, how much times have you partied up with Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni? I don't know, I might party up with them maybe twice during those 5 days. I'm not going to party up every day, no. But I'm probably going to go to the bar with them maybe twice, and like get drunk with them at the bar. And all that stuff. At the bar, obviously, and I'll hire a cab. I'm not going to hire limo services for us, for the restaurant. No, I can have limo services for us. The limo services, me and Visa can pay with our own money for that. It's pocket change. It's only like, I don't know, $800, $500 a day. It's fucking pocket change. Me and Vija can hire limo services to take me, Peter Jackson, to the restaurant and the bar. Obviously. Okay, take us to the bar. You hire a limo service, they take us to the bar. Take us to the buffet restaurant for breakfast and dinner. The limo driver takes us to breakfast and dinner. Me and Vija can pay. So for the limo services, the food, and the helicopter, me and Vija can pay with their own money. It's easy affordable. Whereas the hotel stay, I'm paying with the budget. Paying through the budget, obviously. Or I can pay with my own money for the hotel. Because me and Vija are going to have planes or back. It's pocket change, man. But no, I'll pay through the budget. I don't feel like